How can you have more fun at bars or nightclubs? I'm going to give you 5 tips coming up next. What's good, everyone? Mario here. In this video, I'm going to be talking about 5 ways for you all to have more fun at bars and nightclubs. So all of you out there in the singles scene, you know that eventually you're going to be going to these locations. You can't get out of it, or it's probably just something that you have to figure out, okay? We're going to get into that. But first, let me remind you that if you're not fully satisfied with your current dating or your online dating experiences, I invite you to join me in my free online academies for dating and online dating. Both of them send out free weekly videos designed to help you level up your game. Sign up is super easy, and you can do so by clicking the link in the description or the card for this video. So let's get into it. All right, so if you're single, chances are you've gone to a bar or a nightclub, and the truth is 90% of us out here don't feel 100% comfortable in those situations. We don't know how to act, it's unfamiliar, it's loud, we feel there's pressure. So how do we have fun in these locations, Let's think about that, because when you're single, there's a little bit of pressure when you go to these places. You're expected to, thinking like, well, if I go out, I'm supposed to meet somebody. I'm supposed to be able to have conversations with people I don't know. And it's a very different experience for people who go to bars and nightclubs who are single than people who aren't single. All right, so let's get into it. All right. The first thing that I want to kind of bring up is that for you to have more fun in a bar or a nightclub, you need to reduce and eliminate some concerns. Okay, so we want you to go into those locations with a freer mind. All right, reduce the stress. So how do we do that? Well, let's knock out some of the things that can really stress you out and make you less comfortable in those situations. So let's make sure that your hygiene is on point. Let's make sure that you're showered, you smell good, you don't have anything in your teeth, and you don't have to be thinking your hair is not right or whatever. Let's take care of all that. Let's get the hygiene down. Let's also take care of the appearance. Make sure your hair, your makeup, your clothes or something that makes you feel comfortable yet confident, okay? So there's a nice little line of don't get too comfortable. I want you to look good too, okay? When you look good, you feel good things happen, okay? And then also, let's make sure we can prepare. Let's get some of the essentials on board. Your phone is charged, you have your debit, your credit card, and you have some cash, okay? So you have those things, you are good. You have a lot fewer possible worries. And that's what we want to do. Reduce the possibility for you to get in your head, okay? Number 2, I want you to understand this. If you're going out to a bar or a nightclub, who are you going out with? Are you going out by yourself? No, there's like 1% of you that are going out by yourself. The rest of you are going out with friends. So let me ask you this. Your friends are people who you do or do not get along with. You do or do not have a good time with them. Well, of course you get along with them. Of course you have fun with them. So why don't you spend more time with them at the bar instead of trying to get rid of them or ditch them for new possibilities? Here's the thing. All right, your friends are known commodities. You know you're gonna have a good time. You know you like their energy. You know you like their interactions. So why would you go to a bar and a nightclub and not hang out with them? A lot of people make this mistake and they go to the bar or the nightclub and then they just think that their mission is to connect and interact with people that they've never met and create these romantic connections. But what I would encourage you to do, if you want to have more fun, well, focus more on your friends. They're guaranteed to have more fun than you could probably have trying to have fun with new people that you've never met, that you have no sort of rapport or connection with yet. All right, doesn't mean that you can't have a good time with new people, but your friends are known commodities. I think it's a good idea to spend more time with them, have a good time, and you know what? When you have a good time, good things happen. People want to come hang out with you too. So you're gonna, when you're having a good time, organically, you're gonna have some new connections pop up. You're gonna have people who want to talk to you, and who also are going to treat you differently because they see that you're there to have a good time, not just hound after everybody who's single. And it's just a good look for them to kind of see you interacting and having a good time with friends, okay? Now, number 3, I want you to avoid depending on any drugs or alcohol. And I'm not saying abstain, but I'm saying that it's helpful to not create a pattern of reliance upon drugs or alcohol to have fun. Okay, so this means that whatever your pattern is, a lot of you out there, you think that you got to get smashed to have a good time. You don't. But maybe you need to learn that by abstaining or reducing your consumption of drugs or alcohol to find that out. You have to find that out for yourself, and it's a big time lesson because then You're not a slave to the alcohol and drugs for a good time, and instead it's a tool for you to kind of just let loose and open up a little bit more, but you're in control. And that's what I want you to do, because imagine worst case scenario, you're dependent upon alcohol or drugs to have fun. What a terrible way to live, okay? Number 4, I want you to practice being social. What do I mean by that? Well, I mean, before you set foot in the bar or the nightclub, you have all sorts of opportunities to ramp up, to build momentum being social. So this can start with your pre-gaming at home. You can be social, start getting those social juices going up, because I want you to think about it like this. When it's winter and there's a blizzard outside, do you just go outside and start your car and take off? No, you let it warm up, and you defrost the windows, and you do whatever, and then you take off like 5 or 10 minutes later, right? Well, you can't just go into a bar or nightclub and expect to be 10 out of 10 and fuego style, okay? So instead, what you want to do is kind of build up, start that momentum. Like you might want to practice being social, is singing, dancing in the shower, listening to music when you're getting ready. You might want to have friends over so that you can get ready together, or you might want to have friends over before you go out just to hang out, have a drink or two, or just hang out, have some fun, chalk, whatever. And then you have all sorts of opportunities. You could stop by the gas station and pick something up and chat up the cashier. You can stop by the liquor store, pick up something, and chat people up. Because the thing is, when you go to these locations where you're purchasing something and you're a customer, people are paid to be nice to you. So you could literally practice being social with them. You can ask them about their evening, about their plans for the weekend, if they're getting off anytime soon and excited about that. And you can just start building that momentum so that you start believing more that when you have conversations, they go well. When you talk to people, they want to talk to you, and it's a good experience. So that's something that I want you to kind of practice. So practice being social, and it could mean also, practice being social, chat up the bouncer, chat up the bartender. They're supposed to be nice to you, so you're going to feel good about that. So you always want to just make sure that you're not just going in cold turkeys into these social settings and expecting to, all of a sudden just flip a switch and be social. It doesn't work like that, okay? At least not for most people, and it's not the advice I'm giving you. Now, the fifth point that I want to bring up to you is, if you want to have more fun in a bar or a nightclub, it helps to be familiar with it. So anytime you go to a new bar or new nightclub, you're kind of looking around. You're like, there's all sorts of sensory stuff going on. I'm going to put you down, friend. There's all sorts of sensory stuff going on. You're hearing new things. You're unfamiliar with the environment. You don't know the staff there. You've never met anyone there. So you're kind of taking it in. You probably have more of a deer in the headlights sort of experience. And what I want you to do is, if you want to have more fun, you need to establish a few places, bars or nightclubs, wherever, that it doesn't mean that it's your favorite place in the world, but you've been there so many times that you're familiar with it, that it's comfortable to you. You walk in and it's just like an old friend. You walk in and you know the environment, you know how loud it's going to be, you know the lights, how long you might have to wait for drinks, what sort of music, whatever it is, you're familiar with it. And because of that, you can walk in with less of those thoughts, and you're more free to be calm or embrace the fun thoughts, the fun chattiness, the fun part of you being social and with friends and having a good time. So familiarity, without doing anything to say that these great lines or you're so attractive, familiarity will allow you to just relax and allow you to have more fun. It's a real simple concept, but something that people don't really take into consideration. So there you have it, 5 ways for you to have much more fun in a bar or nightclub. I know they're not the only ways, so as a viewer, I'd like to ask you, what would you like to add to this list? Anything that you want to share, comment, put it down below. I'd love to see what you guys have to say. And you can also make sure to, give something to everyone else who's going to come and watch this video and going to see your contribution. So as always, I appreciate you watching. You all take care. Until the next video. Thanks for watching. If you appreciated the content from this video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And male or female, if you're not satisfied with your dating or online dating experience, I invite you to join one or both of our free academies. We have Get Game Group Academy and Get Game Group Online Dating Academy, both of which send out free weekly videos designed to help you up your game.